This podcast is presented by StreamerCollabs.com, a website made by streamers for streamers. StreamerCollabs.com helps streamers find, connect, and grow their channels by collaboration. We believe that collaboration is key to unlocking the full potential of the streaming community, and we strive to provide the tools and resources needed to make that happen. So join us today and let's make a difference together on StreamerCollabs.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Streamer Collabs podcast. My name is Buzz, aka Charles, aka the Big Buzzy Wuzzy, and today I'm here with my co-host,
the Big Infamous, aka David, and today we are here with our special guest.
Sorry, Ethan Larson.
I'm
streamer Almo 2001 on Twitch, and I also happen to work on Dead by Daylight, so I'm here to talk to the guys about gaming stuff.
Yeah, man.
Which is absolutely insane. Like we mentioned before, it blew my mind earlier. So, but yeah. Now that we're recording and everything, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, for our first, we have a few regular questions, and then we have a few silly willy questions at the end. So just to kind of keep it loose, keep it loose. So,
sounds great.
For our first question, what was the first game you streamed, and why did you choose it?
Oh my God, this is so long ago now.
Mm-hmm.
I started streaming on my when I got my Mac Pro 2013, the little cylinder one.
Oh,
yep.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
that was the first time I had enough computer power to do it. No, my PS3. I was
What'd you stream on PS3?
Oh God, probably this is gonna be like Dead Nation and Super Stardust HD, stuff like that. I love twin stick shooters.
Dead Nation.
I think that might have been the first stuff I was
I think you triggered like a memory of mine, bro, because Dead Nation, like my secret soldier code awoke something up in me. Dead Nation.
I'm a weirdo. I think Dead Nation is a top-down shooter.
Yep, I know exactly what this game is.
I think it's much more panic-inducing than Left 4 Dead because the flashlight mechanic is so good. If there's a zombie in front of you, you can't see it, blocks the light, and you go, ah!
Nice.
And do you still have there been any top-down twin stick shooters recently? Because that's not really a genre I hear about a lot. Is Miami Vice? Is that the game?
Miami Hotline Miami.
Yeah, is that one?
No, I haven't played that, but Brotato. It's a survivor type game, and you can set it for twin stick because a lot of those are auto aim. Board Blasters is a dwarf mining game that's twin stick. I don't see any others here, but I do play them when I find them.
Nice.
Good shit, man. Good shit.
How long you been playing top down? What was it? What was it again?
Top down twin stick.
Top down twin stick. Is that like
I put no. You use okay, way back in the 80s we had a game called Berserk where you're a guy in a maze and you shot robots and you had one joystick and one button. So you had to point the direction you wanted to go to shoot that direction, which meant you were moving toward the opponent, and that caused problems. So Eugene Jarvis invented Robotron with a move stick and a shoot stick.
Okay.
So you could move and shoot in independent directions, and he threw 1 billion enemies at you. And so people still make them. Super Stardust is one, Blast Factor on the PS3. There was a whole renaissance of these things in PS3 era because you couldn't big budget market them. You needed small, and PS3 opened the independent scene, and so you had this huge amount of those show up.
Nice,
man.
Nice, yeah. Those are low-key fun. I've played a couple of them, and one of my other homies streamed one like that. It was a while ago, but he streamed one of those a game like that, very similar. It was like a zombie game, I believe. And it was very entertaining because you kept like leveling up your guns and things like that. So it was very cool. It was very cool. Next question. Why did you start streaming?
I had a feeling you guys would ask this, and I had to think about it. Why? Because I was sitting there, and I hit broadcast to see the features, like you can upload to YouTube, and there was a thing that said hook it up to Twitch, and I'm like, oh, why not?
Yeah.
I just thought, why not? I like talking about games. I'm a game designer. Well, I mean, I was a programmer at the time, but I've always designed games. And I just like talking to people about games and stuff. And I thought, why not? I never intended to become a full-time streamer. It's just I'm playing games, the technology's there. Why not?
Why not? Fair enough.
And would you consider yourself a full-time streamer now,
Oh
or
no. No, I'm a full-time Dead by Daylight developer.
there you go, there you go.
That's a lot of work, man.
I can
enough.
imagine, because I mean, y'all be rolling out those updates pretty consistently, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
We got one
I
coming
know-
pretty soon. Is
Every
that
3
today?
months.
Is that
Yeah.
today?
Oh no, it was
Or-
last week. The hotfix. Yeah,
Mhm.
hotfix is soon. I don't know when the hotfix is, but
I think we have an event today as well, I believe, or that's coming up soon.
I
But-
I never know when the release dates are. Stuff I
Mhm.
design shows up like 9 months from now. It's
Oh wow.
yeah.
So
we
we-
design things way in advance.
We see the fruits of your labor like a year later.
Mhm.
Something like that.
There you go, man.
Nice.
Hey, I
Yeah.
would see someone be like, yo, that's Mr. Ethan, bro.
Yeah. Nice.
And have you received any advice from any other content creators? And if so, what would you say the best advice is? Or do you
Oh.
have any advice for our listeners?
Yeah, that's a great topic. I did all of this on my own for many, 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 many years.
Mhm.
This is going to sound really weird. Twitter died. I joined Reddit, and the Twitch Reddit has a lot of good posts in it. I mean, yeah, there's the usual garbage, but there are some people
Yeah.
who say, how do you build your channel? Lots of
Mhm.
interesting thing comes up. And I think one of the things that's nice is that these were things that I was already doing, but to see other people saying that's how felt good.
Yeah.
One thing is, somebody comes in, they're fine, and over the course of a couple of months, they start to get really, they try to take over the channel, right? Make it about them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And these people come in, man, I have so few viewers. I feel like I can't ban them. It's like, no, you have to, because
Yeah.
they will chase away the other viewers.
Yep.
Yep.
So you got
Yep.
that. Back in
Hate that,
2006,
bro.
I started playing EVE Online, and I played that for 7 years, the big space simulator, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
And everything's player driven. I joined it to run a corporation. So I started a corporation,
Nice.
and I had to learn how to recruit people, and I had to learn how to kick out the ones that are a problem. And this is also going to sound weird, but I ended up running an alliance, which is a group of corporations, and all those things taught me a lot about managing communities, and it helped me be a lead programmer. I was a lead programmer for a while, and I was using
Damn.
EVE tactics. And then when I started my Twitch channel, it's the same thing. Building communities
Mhm.
requires knowing who should be there, when to tell someone you're a little out of line,
Mhm.
and if they respond or not. How many times do you tell them before you know it's a problem? All those sorts of little
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want more? Because I can say a few things more. I
Yeah.
know that you have limited time.
Absolutely, bro. No, you're good, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh. Okay. There's of course the different types of streamers, like Otsdarva out there. He regularly has 10-12,000 viewers. He's very good. All he streams is Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And if he switched, a lot of people love him and would stay with him, but another bunch of people watch for Dead by Daylight and might leave.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of high-powered streamers lose a lot of audience because they switch games. And it seems weird to me because I watch the streamer.
Mm-hmm.
The game is secondary, but I understand that a lot of people want to know more about the game and see an expert play it and all that sort of stuff. So I get that.
Mhm.
But I'm not that kind of streamer. I stream all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Now, obviously, when I stream Dead by Daylight, my viewer count's way higher.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal isn't to be a full-time streamer. So I'm okay with that. And this is another thing I see a lot in the subreddit is choose if you're going to be a single game person or not. If not, it'll take longer to build your viewership, but the viewership you build will probably be stronger because they're for you, not the game.
Yep.
Exactly.
And so if you're going in to start as a streamer, I think that's a good decision to make early on, because if you focus on one game for a year and your plan is not to change it, and then suddenly you change it, it's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I see that for sure, because like as a variety streamer myself who's still pretty small, I've seen my numbers like if I get 15, 20 viewers, that's a good day for me. 15, we'll say 15. I think
that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
a
pretty
good day.
fucking good. So like when I was playing, I'm not sure, have you played Crusader Kings?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I've seen it and I was thinking of getting it.
Yeah, Crusader Kings 3 is so good. I love that game. I got it as soon as it dropped. I would highly recommend it. But I would regularly see like anywhere between 7 to 15 viewers for that game. Project Zomboid was about the same. But then whenever I switched to like a different game or whenever I finished, I would go to something else and that viewer count would immediately drop. And that I try not to let it get to me, but at the same time, at the moment, it's just like, damn, bro, thought y'all were here for me. But like, at the end of the day, man, you can't really let that shit get to you, even if it really sucks. You gotta just be like, yo, you gotta thug it out.
Yeah. Yeah, or you just turn off the viewer count. I've seen a lot of people say just turn off the viewer count and then play the game and just have fun. But yeah, that's
not a bad idea. Turn off the viewer count.
Yeah, it's great for my self-esteem because I'll be like just giving my bet because that way it feels less like a performance. Because if I see it climb up to like 15, then obviously I'm gonna like hype myself up a little bit more and be like, more bombastic, I guess. But if I don't know who's watching, then I can just be my natural, authentic self, which is bombastic in its own way, but it comes from a place of authenticity. You know what I mean? So it's less pressure on me to perform like as an entertainer, I guess. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
go ahead. No, go ahead.
You go ahead, bro. This is your interview.
I've known a few streamers that I happen to know personally, and some of them are very like you're talking about. They'd be authentic, and others have a completely different personality from when they're at work. Where I know them, but they have way higher viewer counts than I do, and so I think it's another choice of who you are. And for me, I can't be anything but me. If I try to be somebody else, it's going to come off wrong because I'm just not that kind of person.
Yeah.
But for some people, it does work. And I think if any of you out there are listening and streaming, just be whichever one feels better for you because Angry Pug was a big DVD streamer. And I started to figure out after watching from him for a long time, he's putting on a lot of this, but he's very good at it. So, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work for me.
Okay.
Fair enough, man.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that's really good advice because a lot of times we hear, be yourself, be authentic. But sometimes it's okay to be a little bit more performative. Sometimes it's okay to put on a bit of a persona, if you will, just kind of get a little looser with it, I guess. That's interesting. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. As long as it's like you at the core, I believe everybody's like, okay, I can rock with this. But as long as if you're trying to be like somebody completely different, I think that's when people just kind of throw it out the window and be like, okay, I don't want this,
Yeah, I'd say you're right. Yeah,
definitely.
Now, for our next question, I wanted to ask, what is your favorite game? Like, not even just to stream, but like in general, what's your favorite game?
Okay, this is an easy one because I'm a strange person. This is gonna sound weird again. Since 1984, from 1984 to 2017, I had one favorite game.
Really?
It was this miraculous little game. You guys may not remember this. Lucasfilm came out with 4 games in 1984. It was the beginning of their games division. And 3 of them were first-person shooters. And those don't work on a Commodore 64 because the frame rate's garbage.
Yes.
For technical reasons I won't get into. So they built them on fractal engines. So you could render a mountainscape, and as you got closer, you would see more detail, but the fractal took care of it. So it was easy to calculate, right? So you had Rescue and Fractalus. You're flying a ship through mountainous terrain to rescue little guys on the ground. They come out of their ship, and they got a white helmet, and they get in, and you fly up and all this stuff. Some of them had green helmets. You'd see a little guy come up, it's like, oh, he's got a green helmet. What's that mean? He'd jump up, pound on your thing, and you had to blast him. Anyway, there was that. There was the Eidolon, which was driving this contraption through the time caves of your mind. That was weird. It was all caves and stuff. And then Coronis Rift had atmospheric perspective on the mountains. I mean, we couldn't imagine this stuff at that time. Like, wow. And you're driving around shooting things and upgrading your crawler and stuff. Then there was Ball Blazer, a 2-player split screen futuristic soccer game. And so there was a ball and there was physics, and it was first person for both of you. So you had like, person on top, person on bottom, and you're playing on a grid. Now, if you know anything about computers, rendering a grid like this is harder than rendering it like this on a CRT screen, because we were on CRTs, and the electron draws lines, right?
Yeah.
The computer got an interrupt every time it stopped drawing a line, and it has to retrace, so you get time. So it draws the line, the computer says, we're redrawing. And so this thing would draw the horizontal lines, green, white, depending on where the raster dot was. The vertical lines were like this, and they would shift like that. That it had to draw, and that was slow. But the vertical lines, it got just by color swapping. But if you turned, you couldn't do the raster trick anymore. So the things you were in could only face 90 degrees. So it could draw the thing, right? So it would always face the ball. So here's the ball, it's coming towards you. And when it gets here, it would flip. And then here, it would flip. So you would see the ball coming toward you, go across the screen, and then go away.
Okay.
It was very confusing.
Yeah.
But once you learned how to do it, you could grab the ball and it would slow you down, and they could come up beside you and push the ball out. It would bounce off the walls. The goal was like it was on an asteroid, so you couldn't see too far. So you couldn't see the goal, and the goal moved, like this. And if you shot through the goal, it would get smaller. If you couldn't see the goal and it went through, it was 3 points. So you see it just on the horizon.
Yeah.
2-point shot, shoot it, and that would shoot you backward. And then, you get the 3 points. I played this for a whole summer with a friend, and we had so much fun. We videotaped our games because they got really intricate. We wanted to see what happened.
Yeah.
And that game just, I loved it. I love physics. I love control-based games.
Does that make you one of the first Let's Players?
I was about to say.
A what player?
Let's Plays are pretty big on like YouTube and shit. So it'll be like people recording themselves playing games and like commenting and stuff. That's like,
if I had someplace to publish it, maybe, because there was some pretty crazy shit in there.
So crazy, right?
So 2015 Rocket League comes out. I had already played the precursor game, Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars, on the PS3. And so as soon as it launched, I got it. And 2 years later, I realized that it was my favorite game.
Rocket League.
Yeah. I think it still is. And it's weird that they're both soccer variants.
I was gonna say,
I don't like soccer, but these games don't play like soccer. Rocket League is really hockey. It's not soccer.
Okay.
It's got the curved edges. The ball is really fast. The plays are, fewer people. It's hockey. It's not soccer, but we can let everybody else think it's car soccer.
Of course. But to us, we know.
We know.
And so I'm up. I'm Diamond 2. I have been for years. I've kind of plateaued. I occasionally take professional lessons with a pro coach to get better. I need to do that again. It's been a while. And I just love flying around. I love hitting aerial shots. I'm a demo monster. It's like running into people and blowing them up. And that happened because I was playing SAR PBC on the PS3, and it had default voice chat. I demoed somebody and they started swearing and screaming at me. I thought, this is how to play the game. And so I've integrated demos into my play style. The trick is not to pull yourself out of position. Take them when you can. And often you will make them mad and they will start trying to demo you back. But it's not integrated into their play style.
Nope.
So it makes them play weaker. That's get in their head, man.
That's like you playing chess at that point. You're not even playing Rocket League.
I think the fact that you got cussed out, it's funny because most people in that situation are like, damn, what did I do? You're just like, I'm doing this right. This is perfect.
This is perfect. Yeah.
I don't need to change anything. Like that's great to me. That's funny. Oh man.
That is also how I became a sniper. First multiplayer FPS I'm playing is Unreal Tournament. We're playing in Deck 16, which has a sniper nest. You see half the map. I sniped somebody in the head a couple of times. I said, "You fucking sniper." And I went, "Oh, people hate snipers. I'm going to snipe." And
there you go.
They get mad at me for the pulse gun. Oh, I'll concentrate on the pulse gun. Whatever people hate.
I mean, whatever works, man.
I'm weird,
it's
right?
in the game.
It's in the game.
Yeah.
That's the thought process, bro.
Mhm.
Like they wouldn't put this shit in the game if it was busted too bad. So I'm gonna use it, and you can cry about it. That's
Exactly,
all I'm
man.
gonna say.
Exactly. Hey, man. Or
That's
if it is
exactly it.
busted, I'm gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have
And then
my
they'll
run.
fix it.
Exactly. And then they'll fix it. You know. But yeah. All right. So that was it for our serious questions, actually, Mr. Ethan, sir. So for our last couple questions, we're gonna get into our silly Billy questions. And for our first one, would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read minds?
Okay, that it depends very specifically on the kind of telepathy.
Okay.
Can you turn it off?
We'll say for this one.
Or can you just always read everybody's minds? Because maybe you saw the Buffy episode. She had that, and the radius increased, and she just drowned in everybody's thoughts.
We'll say for you, you can turn it off.
Yeah,
you can turn it off if you want.
Okay, I can turn it off. That's a very good question. I don't want to spend too long thinking. I don't want to bore your viewers.
You're good, man.
You know,
thinking too.
I think I might go with telekinesis because sometimes you really don't really want to know what people are thinking. Like, does this dress make me look fat? I'm gonna read his mind. Oh Jesus, I didn't want to know that.
Whoa.
Oh,
exactly.
Yes or no question, man.
No, that's fair. It's like, I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, like when I saw the first Star Wars movies, I was like, I want that. I want to be able to move things with my mind, with the Force and shit. And I'm 24 now, and I still want to use the Force. So it's like telekinesis all day, every day, man. What about you?
It'd be pretty good.
Definitely telekinesis, yeah.
Like the remote's over there.
Exactly. Yep.
You're like, I feel like a drink. Just reach over,
pop some
use
popcorn.
the Force, get a drink. Exactly.
Yeah, no.
And for our next question, would you rather fight a gorilla every week for the rest of your life with a 50-50 chance of winning, or every other intrusive thought you have comes true? Now, just so you know, the gorilla, it's not fighting to kill you or anything. It's just fighting for sport, you know? So it's going to be back next week, even if you win or lose. It's not.
I'll take the gorilla.
The gorilla.
Everyone goes for the gorilla, man. That's real as fuck. Because
I'll take the gorilla, man.
Some of these intrusive thoughts be like, damn, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep. I'd really rather not have that happen.
Man, I mean, I could honestly, like, if I'm being real, like, have you seen gorillas these days, bro? Like, have you gone to the zoo recently?
Gorillas falling.
Because I haven't recently, but I've seen a few videos of gorillas. They're big.
See, the thing I like to do is, you know, as a human, I look at other creatures and I try to like size them up a little bit, right? So if I see a lion or a bear, I'm like, I could probably take that. Or a gorilla.
You're nuts. A lion? Oh my god.
I'm telling. See, okay, my girlfriend says the same thing, bro. But like, have you seen? Like, I could take a bear probably because they don't have any thumbs.
That's true.
All I need to do is get like on their back and put my arm around. I'm giving y'all like free advice, so if you ever need to.
What do they weigh? 2 tons?
Bro, I don't need to weigh 2 tons because I can just put my arm around his neck and be like this, and he's done. I put him in a sleeper hold. He's cooked. What's he gonna do?
Hey, man. That's how you do it.
She implores me. She's like, "Do not fight a bear." I'm like, "This is what I need to do."
All right. For our next and final question, would you rather clog the toilet during a job interview or on a first date?
Would you rather what?
Clog the toilet on a job interview.
Clog the toilet.
Yeah, or a first date.
Yeah, that's a weird question. I'm trying to think of the difference. Okay, is the first date in a restaurant?
Yes.
It can. Yeah, we'll say restaurant because other people have had like you know, go to the house, watch a movie or something.
If it's I would take the restaurant because they're probably not going to know about it. But if it's in the house, whether it's my house or their house, that's embarrassing as hell.
Let's say for this one instance,
the
waiter sees you come out of the bathroom, goes in, and then comes out to your table and is like, "Excuse me, sir."
Okay.
If you get pressed like that, would you choose the job interview?
Okay. Let's assume for the moment that I didn't fix it, because if there's a plunger around, I will fix it. But let's say it's not there.
Yeah.
Fancy restaurant, they don't want you to see that shit. Someone has to come in and take care of it. And the waiter, for whatever reason, is annoyed enough to actually come pester me about it.
Yeah,
Then I have to pick. Okay, I well, that's actually a really tough question, because if you lose your job interview because of this, maybe you don't want to work there, because
That's real.
shit happens.
That's real, bro.
right?
Shit literally happens.
It happens.
Literally.
First date. I mean, it's happened to them, right?
Exactly, bro. That's
it's got
that's the
It's
thing.
happened to them, but it would be way more embarrassing. So I think I'd take the job interview in that case.
Okay. Job
Yeah.
interview.
And you know,
That's valid. Yeah.
that's real as fuck. Cause like I was thinking about it, because I'm like, you know, on the one hand, that shit is real as fuck. Like people are gonna clog toilets, and if someone, like, you're on a date with someone and they're not mad at you for it, then that's like, oh, you're real for that.
Damn,
Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
respect, like,
that's
that's.
a rider right
But
there.
on the other hand, I'm like, if I on my first date, if I clogged the toilet, what would, like, you know? So it's like, I'd probably fuck up a job interview for that. I'd take a hit there.
Well, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Ethan, for coming onto the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Was there any social media or anything you would like to plug?
Like your Twitch or anything?
Yeah. For
My Twitch, Almo 2001.
okay.
It's a variety stream. I do occasionally play Dead by Daylight, so some people like to come in and talk about the game. That's fine. Obviously, I can't say anything about what's unpublished, but what's out, and you know, what do you like to play? What kind of perks do you like? And that's like NoEd, alert. You know, I'm just, everybody hates NoEd, so of course gonna play NoEd.
There you go.
That's the way I am.
No ed, no way out.
Come hang out, have a good time. We talk about movies. We talk about, sometimes we get into really heavy philosophical debates.
Okay.
I've got a degree in physics, so we'll talk about hardcore physics sometimes. You never know what's going to come up on my channel. You might find it really boring though, because it's pretty egghead.
Hey man, that's cool. It makes my brain bigger. I feel like big brain. I'm
Just
like,
soaking up the
oh
knowledge,
shit.
man. Exactly.
I'm watching him play Tarkov, and I'm also like gaining all this knowledge.
Oh, I did just pick up Tarkov
His-
That was a good one.
2 days
spelled-
ago.
It's like ALMO 2000, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's
ALMO
okay.
2001.
So I just dropped a follow. I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
Of
Thanks.
course,
Yeah.
of course, man.
I got you.
Tarkov's fucking painful.
Yes.
is.
I played my
is.
first game against people.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't even see them.
No,
You just get
no.
shot.
No, for your first week, you will not see anybody that kills you. that is the agreement. That is the agreement.
Cool. Well, thank you
But
guys
yes,
so much for having me on.
Man.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on. This was great.
Yeah.
I greatly enjoyed this interview. Yeah.
I did too. You guys are fun to talk to.
Thank you, man. You're fun
Awesome.
to talk to too. That was
Thank you.
Well,
Yo,
thank you for
Buzz, did
sitting
you
down
wanna
with
do
us, bro. Yeah, I'm
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna jump right into this. Well, thank you for sitting down with us, bro. Today, my name has been Buzz, aka Charles, aka the Big Buzzy Wuzzy, and my co-host today was
The Big Yo Infamous, aka David. And today our special guest has been the amazing.
Oh, I'm supposed to say it.
Oh, yeah,
Ethan
yeah.
Larson. I'm not used to being on.
No, you're
No,
good.
you're
You're
good.
good, man. You're good. You should have seen you should have been on like our first podcast, because
Oh,
like
yeah, this
before we
was-
started recording, it was just like just nerves, just but you know. Hey man.
Well, yes.
But yeah. We've been the Streamer Collabs cast. Peace and have a good day.